Ngoda, karibuni sana kwenye mkutano wetu ambao ni mkutano wa kiufundi kuelekea kwenye mchezo wa kufuzu Afcon 2023 dhidi ya Algeria, mchezo ambao utachezwa kesho saa 1 za jioni uwanja wa Benjamin Mkapa, na tayari tupo na kocha mkuu wa Taifa Stars Kim Paulsen pamoja na kocha msaidizi Shadrack Nsajigwa wako hapa kwa ajili ya kutueleza kiufundi zaidi. Na Algeria wenyewe wakati wanakwenda mazoezini basi wataweza kuzungumza na waandishi kabla ya mazoezi pale uwanjani, lakini kwa sasa wenyeji wa mchezo Taifa Stars wakitupa karata yao ya pili hapo kesho. Welcome coach for the technical meeting.
Thank you very much, Habari and Chana. Nice to see all of you again and see so many of you. It's always good to have a good interest about the Taifa Stars. Tomorrow we will have our second game for the Afcon qualifying against Algeria. And I think we all know that Algeria is one of the top teams of the continent. They have been very successful in Afcon for a long time. And the strength of Algeria is, in my opinion, that they have a lot of quality, individual quality at all positions, a lot of talent. And at the same time, it's also a very well organized and structured team, which make it a tough opponent for us. And I think it's also important to understand that when you play Algeria, whatever you play at home or you play away, you have to respect that Algeria will be the favorite of the game. The reason I mention this is that sometimes I hear, okay, you have to win your home games. Yes, we are going in to be competitive tomorrow, but if you start the game against Algeria and believe that we, Taifa Stars, are the favorite, you are on the wrong direction. You have to respect and you have to acknowledge that you are playing a top team who are well structured, have highly quality everywhere around. And then you have to adapt to that situation and say, how do we play our card best possible? Last game when Algeria, they played Uganda, they won the game, that's one thing. But if you look at the possession rate, Uganda managed to have 19%. So Algeria, they had more than 80% possession of the game. I think that's a clear indication how strong they are. For me and for technical bench, Shadrack, we are looking very much forward to the game because we know it's a tough game, it's a tough challenge. And our players, they really will be forced to play up to their maximum because we need to perform at a very high level. And I think our players, they are ready for that. When you play Algeria, one of the challenges is that they, with the quality they have, they are very quick and they will give you less time, less space that you normally have. And when you get less space, that means you also get less time to do your job, the receiving and the passing. And that's one of the interesting questions, that is how are our players able to cope with that kind of pressure, taking this, the space and reduce the time. They have to cope with that tomorrow. So that's what we have been training, and as I say, we have a clear game plan for the match. And when we played in Benin against Niger, every game gave us some answer of some of the question. And I was happy in Niger to see that we have a strong bench. I like the way the player from the bench, they came in. They did a good job when they came in. And I can also say there is a very good commitment attitude, not only for the player in the starting line, but also those sitting on the bench. They are there to support, but they're also ready to play their part. And I think when we play 2 games in a short interval, and we have to do a lot of traveling, it will be important that you have a strong bench so you can do your changes along the way, because the game might go in phase 1 and then in phase 2. And I'm happy that, especially on the offensive side, I think we have a very strong bench, and we can do, if some people get tired along the way, no problem. I will tell them, give all what you have. When you are tired, we make a substitution, and we will keep the same level on the team. So we have to use the whole squad tomorrow, and it's good that nearly all players are available. The only one who is ruled out is Himid Mao, because he got injured in the last game, and he won't be able to take part in this game because he have a groin issue. So he's on the treatment, but he will be out. All others should be fine for tomorrow. And it was very nice that after the game in Benin, we had a direct flight back immediately after the game. So we had time to have our training yesterday, and so we had a couple of good training, and we'll have another session today to fine-tune the work. And we also have our meeting at the hotel about how we want to approach the game. I think it's going to be a very interesting game because it's one of the powerhouse of the continent who is coming here. And we are a competitive team, and I told the player, go in and set a new standard for what Taifa Stars are able to do. And we are ready for the game, and we are looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Any questions?
No, I think it was good that when we went to play against Niger, the players have in the mind that the last number of times when we have played abroad against strong opponent, we have achieved to get some points, and that boosts the confidence. So there was a confidence that we'll get something out of the game versus Niger. The game against Niger was difficult in different way. We had an early lead when we played Niger, and sometimes when you get an early lead, it gives you a mentally that you think you have to start defending. That was not the plan. So I was not that pleased with our performance in the first half, but I think in the second half we was getting more and more, and I think we created 3-4 big chances, if not enough to score the winning goal. Another challenge in the last game was the referee, because there was the way the referee was facilitating the game was, I have to be careful what to say. Well, we were not happy with the way the referee facilitated the game, and it was very clear that he wanted to see if he could give some of our players a red card, which it also affected the player because they have to be very, very careful. I hope we will get a better referee who will facilitate fair in the game, because that football deserves good referee on the continent, so I'm sure we will have that tomorrow. So now we are playing at home, and we also like to play very much at home, and of course we talk about it that at home we have to get hopefully the support from the crowd, because it's always important that you feel the support from the crowd. Whatever you go a little bit uphill, you go downhill, it's important to feel the support from the crowd all the way. And sometimes when we play away, it's quite amazing how the crowd, the home crowd, are supporting their team, whatever they are struggling, because number 12, the crowd can make a difference, and I hope they will be behind the team tomorrow when we play, because I think the team deserves that support, and they need the support as well.
Yes.
If I have a plan to change, I wouldn't tell you right now, and then you will have to wait to see tomorrow. No, I think what I want to say is that every game you play, first of all, you look at the opponent. We have analyzed Algeria, and we know exactly what Algeria, how they play, what they do, and they play very different, compare with the Niger. Then at the same time, we are looking at our who is available, what quality do we have, how can we close down their strengths, how can we put our strengths into the game, and that will end of the day, the game decide the system. For me, the system is not that important. It's more that the best player at this moment for this game, they will be filled in to do the job. Sometimes along the way, you will make changes in the system that we did there, because at that time we was feeling, okay, they put a lot of long high ball because they were tall players. Algeria play in a different way, so we will approach it in what we believe is the best way to get a good result against Algeria. Thank you. I think yesterday when we had our training and we working with our backline, one of the topic we are working is that it is the many small details who makes the difference in the defending, because when you play at national level, you can make mistake without being punished. But when you play international and you make small mistake, bang, you will be hurt. So we have to minimize these kind of errors, mistake. If you look at the goal in Niga scored against us there, for me it was a soft goal, and there was a small miscommunication between a defender and the goalkeeper. And this small communication mistake, it was punished. You cannot get rid of mistake. Football is a game of mistake, but you have to minimize. To minimize this kind of mistake, that goes through the training that we train. And yesterday we have some small situation from the game to say, okay, if you put, maybe you have to go like this, small changes to be more and more effective and efficient in the way we defending.
Another question?